What does it mean for a country's economy to be healthy? What exactly does a healthy economy look like? Does it resemble this? What about Kate Raworth, an economist? On the TED Interview podcast, I shared an unexpected answer to this topic that most economists take for granted. We live in a society that believes, and to some extent is correct, that growth is a sign of progress, particularly in the Western world over the previous 100 years. We enjoy watching our children develop, and we enjoy watching nature bloom in the spring. Growth is a fantastically healthy stage of life. But in our economies, it's as if we've adopted Peter Pan economics, the economy that refused to grow up. It wanted to grow and grow and grow forever, and it became stuck at this stage. But we already know in our own bodies and lives that there is another side to this growing metaphor that we adore. If I told you that my friend went to the doctor and the doctor told her that she had a growth that already feels completely different, because in the space of our own bodies we know that when something tries to grow endlessly within this healthy dynamic, living whole, it is a threat to the health of the whole, and we do everything we can to stop it. But, for some reason, when we enter our economy, we believe that unending expansion equals progress, and we are now experiencing grave challenges as a result of our addiction to endless growth. Simon Netz, Chris. In the 1930s, he was ordered by the United States Congress to develop a single number to measure output for the first time. The financial situation. America could argue that it produces so many tons of steel and bags of grain. But can we add it all up? So they hired him to do it, and he replied, absolutely, I can sum it all up in one number. National earnings. What we now call GDP, he provided with a caveat. He claimed that this figure provides little insight into a country's well-being. Don't confuse it with welfare, right? Because it tells us nothing about the unpaid caring effort of parents, and because it is a measure of the flow of economic value, it tells us nothing about the value created in communities. It reveals nothing about the living world, the woods, or the mines that are depleted in order to provide this worth. But the simplicity and allure of this single number were too much. The politicians tucked it away and pushed on, and we ended ourselves in a horse race to pursue GDP growth. The hope is that GDP will continue to rise. We can have increasing financial gains while decoupling from the use of the Earth's resources. We can use less carbon, metals, minerals, and plastics, and consume less of the Earth's land surface, and we can decouple these two ever-increasing GDP and reducing resource use. It's a fantastic dream, and I wish it could come true. We are in the midst of a climatic emergency caused by ecosystem collapse. We need to drastically cut our usage of the Earth's resources, and we're not even close. As a result, I present it as a guidepost for 21st century wealth. And, as ridiculous as it may sound, this compass resembles a donut with a hole in the center. So, consider humanity's consumption of Earth's resources radiating out from the center of that picture. So, in the hole in the middle of the donut, people do not have enough resources to meet their basic needs. It is a place where people do not have enough food, healthcare, education, housing, gender equality, political voice, or access to energy. And we don't want to leave anyone in that situation. We wish to help everyone establish a social basis of well-being, so that everyone on the earth might live lives of dignity, opportunity, and community, even in low-income countries. It makes perfect sense. Yes. Let's see the economy grow in ways that invest in health, education, and transportation for everybody. That was a very 20th century project, but we're in the 21st, and we have an Earth system. Scientists who began to investigate the influence we were having on the climate, including soil erosion, acid rain, ozone depletion, and species extinction. And they said, wait a minute, we've been ignoring our planet in order to suit human wants. We have forgotten how much we rely on this carefully regulated living planet. It's the only one we're aware of. And when we use our resources in such a way that we begin to exceed the planet's living capacities, we are physically destroying the life-sustaining systems on which we rely. So, just as there is an inner limit to resource consumption, which we label poverty and deprivation, there is an upper limit to humanity's resource utilization, and that limit is ecological degradation. And we are destroying the world on which we rely. So you get the donut, you get the inner, which is to leave no one behind in the hole, but you also don't overshoot the outer ring. As a result, the contours of progress have fundamentally shifted. We no longer hear about this never-ending stream of exponential growth in the financial news. To me, it's a source of true optimism that we fully comprehend this at the level of our bodies to go to the doctor. The doctor will tell you to eat enough food, but not too much, and to get enough water, oxygen, exercise, and sleep. We are healthy when we are in balance. And if we can extend that metaphor from the human body to the global body, we have a much better chance of grasping our world's fundamental interconnection. In the quest for more balanced economic systems, some organizations are forsaking having a CEO. Overall, watch this video to see how and why they're succeeding, or visit the World Economic Forum's YouTube channel for more expert interviews on economics and current affairs.